New controversy involving Facebook this morning. The Wall Street Journal is looking into questionable ads that could be seen by kids and the fallout.
One example, a teenage girl connected with a dating app heavily advertised on the site. That allowed anyone to see her photo, rate the girl, and even view her Facebook profile. Dennis Berman is the Wall Street Journal's business editor. Good morning.
Good morning to you guys.
So just how bad are these ads? How dangerous are they for teens?
Well, a couple examples. Beyond the one you brought up there, we had one example where children were able to see, 13 to 17 years old, were able to see a gun holster for using a concealed weapon. Parts for AK-47s were advertised to teens. Another example where teens were basically asked to come on and be nude webcam models. All this was targeted at teens 13 to 17 years old.
How prevalent, Dennis, are these ads?
Well, our reviews showed at least 71 different ads for one particular service. And the interesting thing about it is that the system is automated. So any one of a million advertisers on Facebook can essentially reach those teens in whichever manner they choose. So the system doesn't have the controls perhaps that Facebook would itself like.
Right. Every parent at home who's hearing this right now is saying, oh my gosh, I've got to get on my kids when they're on Facebook. Right. Are they getting these kinds of ads? But we should point out what Facebook says, because they sent a response to your story. They told us here at CBS News, we're disappointed that the Wall Street Journal decided to run an entire story focused on a cherry-picked number of ads on Facebook. So they say you're cherry-picking.
I think the question for Facebook is how it wants to evaluate things that come onto its system. In a lot of situations, they didn't even know the ads that were on its own site. So for Facebook and lots of other online companies, they want to automate because automation makes things cheaper and more profitable for them. But when it comes to teenagers and things targeted at 13 to 17-year-olds, they may not just have the controls that perhaps they should.
Well, I mean, that raises the obvious question, which is when you have as many ads coming into the system as they do and as many users as they have, how do you make a system that's really foolproof?
You don't, and you try to automate it as much as you can, and Facebook does have some human intervention into some of these ads, but I think perhaps the standard of care should be a little bit higher for those kids who are 13 to 17 years old. Some of these girls who are asked to come on and be new webcam models, does Facebook want that to happen or not? Does automation solve that problem? I think that's the question they have to answer.
So what can people do to prevent their teens from seeing these types of advertisements?
Well, that's the interesting thing about a lot of this. Kids and parents, they really have to do this online stuff together, and it's hard because kids have their phones. Maybe you have kids, they're glued to their phones. Parents really have to look out for the kids because companies, as much as they say they will, probably are not.
All right, Dennis Berman, thank you so much.
Thanks.